Welcome to Social Networking Supercharged. In this video series, we're going to take an in-depth look at Facebook and how you can use Facebook to make money online. Facebook is an incredibly powerful place. I'm sure that you've seen lots of other people, businesses using it, and there's a reason that they do that simply because it works. So let's go ahead then and talk specifically about what Facebook is. Facebook is essentially a free social networking service where people can network, keep in touch with friends, and more. Basically, it's one of the things that's most popular for is that people use it as a way to keep in touch with people that they went to school with, that they went to college with, and so forth. But it has grown into a huge networking arena where you see a lot of businesses having Facebook pages. Not just pages, but there are also other things such as fan pages, groups. It is the most popular social networking site on the planet, so there's a lot of people using it, and there are also a lot of opportunities on there to make money. Facebook is located at facebook.com. Essentially, it does not cost a dime to sign up for Facebook, which is fantastic. Actually, all of the techniques that we talk about in this video series will not cost you anything, meaning that there should be nothing holding you back from going out, creating an account on Facebook, and starting to build up friends. And when I say friends, I mean people that hopefully are going to be interested in what you're selling. We're going to talk about how to position yourself on Facebook. So you're going to be able to get some sales. We'll talk about how to find people to add to your group or to your friends page as friends, that people that are hopefully going to be interested in buying your product. We'll also talk about how to use the more advanced features of Facebook too, the differences between things like a fan page and a group, lots of different things. And when you get done with this video series, the goal is that you can go out there and start making money from Facebook right away. So let's go ahead and get started. The next video will talk about specifically why you should be using Facebook. I'll see you there. Why you need to be using Facebook now. I emphasize the now there. Advantages include: it is currently the most popular social network. This is huge. Social networking is basically, you hear people talking about Web 2.0, social marketing, social networking. This is what it's all about. Facebook is the most popular place to go, and you will find that the traffic is incredible. People on it are used to Facebook marketing. When I say this, sometimes I know that I've dealt with spots on the internet where I try to market to people and they're not used to it, and of course they're not going to be as accepting of it. Whereas with Facebook, there are a lot of businesses already on there, very well established, doing very well, meaning that we can go out there and do it, and people are going to be used to marketing. It's kind of like if you use the search engines. You're used to seeing ads on Google. So I don't want you to think that people only use Facebook to connect with friends, because Facebook is also a place where you can be selling things and you fit right in. Facebook has unique features that lend itself to marketing. We're going to talk about this specifically, but things like having a Facebook group, for example. There's an option where you can email everybody, private message on Facebook, everyone at once. You don't have to sit down and type everyone's individual email in. You can, bam, email them all at once. And again, this doesn't cost anything, so I think it's incredible that you can do those types of things. There's much more that we'll talk about as we move forward. It is easy to find targeted people for your niche. There are some tools that I'm going to share with you on how to search Facebook. There's some little tips and tricks on how to find people that are going to be, very similar to what you're promoting. Then, of course, you can hopefully get them to join your group or join you as a friend. And then, of course, you can, start to build a relationship with them and hopefully get them to buy something from you. So there are so many reasons that you should be using it. Including that there are free apps to take your experience further. But there are a lot of people that design things strictly for Facebook, and they don't cost anything. And in fact, you might even consider making your own application. We'll talk about that a bit later. But essentially, there you go. There are a lot of good reasons that you should be using it. So I hope that you'll keep that in mind, and we'll go ahead and move forward. Facebook for individuals. Before we start talking about how we're going to explore Facebook as far as making money, I think it's important to understand why a lot of people initially get into Facebook, because a big part of Facebook is people reconnecting with friends from the past. Essentially, right now I'm at an actor's page, Vin Diesel, very popular actor. But just wanted to use this as an example. Basically, what people do is they'll sit down and they can do things like enter their school or their college that they went to, and then they can find other people that of course did the same thing, and then bam, you're connected with people. So it's an interesting opportunity there. I know that one thing that I found really cool was, I find a few friends on here, and then I look at the friends that they have, and then I'm also reminded of more people that I know. And it's one of those things that just continues to build as you gain more friends. So people do that. People also do things as far as like interests. Like let's say that you have a dog, so that might mean that you might join some type of dog group. So if I have a friend, of course, that's done this, and I also like dogs, I see that my friend is in it, and then I want to be in it too. So Facebook has this viral nature of things, whereas I'm very connected to what my friends are doing. So because I get to see that, then of course I'll join in as well. And this is very, very popular. People sit down on Facebook and they get excited to try new things, to learn new things. And what better way to see what your friends are doing? So what happens is, it doesn't take much to get the ball rolling. Once people get interested in something, then other people hop on board too. So the goal here is going to be, for us to create something viral, to create something of value, and to find people that are going to be a good match for it. That's basically what pulls individual people in to Facebook. Even though it might start as something as simple as reconnecting with old friends, there's a lot more to it, and we'll get into that as we move forward. Facebook for businesses. Many businesses use Facebook quite successfully, I might add, to promote their business, to gain more business. Let me go ahead and show you an example. TGI Fridays, a popular restaurant, something that they're doing on Facebook is they're saying, become a fan on Facebook, get a free burger. And of course they have a goal to get, so many fans by a certain date. So basically what happens is then, on websites, a lot of businesses you see promoting their Facebook pages. Now this is a fan page. It's a little bit different than a friends page, but we'll talk about that shortly. But essentially what happens here is just want to show you an example. Here they've created this friend page. And of course the goal here is to get people to join, so they give people something for free. And then we can also see here that people are posting on the wall of this page here. And of course they're making posts about the burger. I hope I get my free burger. Where's my coupon? All these different things. So again, you can see here that they've already gotten 70,000 fans. So it's certainly working. But essentially, this is what you do as a business. You create something that's fun. You create something that's going to match for people. So then what would happen is, people might see this on other, like say, I join this up and I'm hoping to get the free burger, of course, and then my friends see that I'm on here, and you know what, my friends like burgers too, so and they're going to see that I'm on here, so they're going to sign up too. So that's one clever way that businesses are using it. Another way that businesses use it is by creating groups. There might be a group, based on dog training, and of course that can be a great way to interact with other people that have dogs, especially if your business is selling some type of dog training product. So I'm sure that your mind's starting to spin around at the possibilities here of things. Facebook works very well in the business field, and what we're going to do is we're going to move forward and talk a bit more about the basics of Facebook, how to create an account and all that, and then we'll move forward and start to talk about how you can be using Facebook specifically to make money. Signing up for Facebook. I'd like you to watch me over my shoulder as I go ahead and sign up for a Facebook account. It's really, really easy to do, but just to be safe, I'm sorry about that. I thought it'd be easiest if you watched me. So let's go ahead and do that. Just simply by going to facebook.com. If you don't already have an account, and you might. And one question might be also is if you already have a personal account, should you be creating a new account for your business venture? And that's really up to you. Personally, that's what I did, just because I wanted to keep my friends and business things separate. If it's something that's more related to you as a person, maybe you want to do it. That's really up to you. But do you need your first name, last name, and of course your email address? Now it needs to be an email address that you have access to, and every time people contact you, it's nice to get updates from Facebook. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and supply the information that you're going to be able to use. Okay, now of course I have to prove that I'm not a robot. Hit sign up, and then that should be about it. I'm signed up for Facebook now. How easy was that, huh? Now part of the sign up process also is this thing comes up here, are your friends already on Facebook? What they allow you to do is you enter your email information, they search your email account to find if you have any other friends in your email list that are already on Facebook. This is a fast way if you're comfortable with it. And of course, if you're connecting in Facebook as a way to find other friends of yours, this is a fast way to find people on Facebook rather than entering their emails yourself. It's a neat thing. You don't have to do it, but it's nice that they have that option there. Now we want to fill out our high school and college company. Now, of course, if you're a business, you might not want to be filling this stuff out because it's a different approach. But if you're looking to connect with other people from your school, certainly you want to make sure that you're doing that. I'm going to skip it for now. Last but certainly not least, you want to go ahead and enter your profile picture. You don't have to do this, but I strongly recommend that you at least put something on here, just because if you look, everybody else has a picture on there, and I know that when I'm interacting with other people, if they don't have a picture, it really takes things away from it. It doesn't make it feel as personal. So, as far as my theory in business, I try to put myself out there, and a part of that, is putting a face with a name or a voice or whatever. So I encourage you to go ahead and do that. So, just take a moment and find a photo. If you don't want to put a photo of yourself, and maybe one that represents your business, you can do that too. It can even be something like a logo. I'm going to skip that for now, but certainly be going back to do that. Okay, then there you go. At this point now we can go ahead and start using Facebook. You see here it says your account is not yet confirmed, so we do want to go ahead and do that. That means it's as simple as going to your email and checking you got a message from Facebook, and you have to click a link in there to verify that you are who you say you are, and then your account is verified and you can start using Facebook to its fullest potential. An overview of the ways to market on Facebook. There are actually a lot of different ways that you can go about marketing on Facebook. We'll be talking about them in depth as we move forward, but I just wanted to throw them out now so you can be thinking in your mind, what you can be doing on Facebook, and maybe, some of these will be a better match for your business than others. Of course, you can send messages to friends. So, we're going to go out, and the goal is going to be to get as many friends as we can, whether that's through a fan page, a group, or whatever. But the thing is, once you have these people as your friends, you can send messages to them. On the other token, you cannot send messages to people that are not your friends. This is something that helps Facebook be more secure. There are other social networking sites out there that you can send messages to everybody, and that just opens the door up to spam. That with this, you need to consent and be someone's friend before they can message you, which certainly helps make things a lot tighter in Facebook. Creating and or participating in groups. This is a fantastic way. You of course can create a group of your own. We'll talk about that, and give people a reason to come join it, and then you have control of the group, and you have people interacting with one another. But of course, at the center of it can be your business, which you'll be promoting, of course. Creating and distributing an application. We'll also talk about this. This can be a very powerful way. Applications are really popular, and doesn't even need to be your own application. You can take one that's popular and modify it a bit. And we'll talk about that. Not stealing it, but there's some applications that allow you to make your own surveys and things like that. I guess I should have said. That's not really an application. It's using an application. But essentially, this is a way that you can go about gaining exposure. You can even have your own application developed from scratch too, which people do and are very successful with it. Utilizing the news feed. We'll talk about what the news feed is, but basically what happens is when people are on something such as your fan page and you make a post to your wall, your post appears in their news feed, and it's a very effective way to get people's attention.